No, you let go of that spaghetti.
Olive Garden is famous for its Italian cuisine with an American touch. Known for its appetizers like Lasagna Frittata, heaping piles of pasta, and the popular unlimited breadsticks, there are currently close to 900 Olive Garden restaurants globally. Established as a unit of General Mills in 1982, the food chain has come a long way since then. So grab your chicken Alfredo and hold on to those breadsticks as we jump into the top 10 untold truths of Olive Garden. Big dreams, big goals at Olive Garden. Some restaurants start solo and eventually transform into chains, depending on their popularity. This is not the case with Olive Garden.
No! It's no!
General Mills wanted to invade the restaurant business with the intent of expanding Olive Garden into a chain from the get-go. As soon as it made base in Orlando, Florida, more chains immediately cropped up. Within the span of a decade, the restaurant chain established 100 locations. In 2010, it garnered $3 billion in sales, and it just doesn't end there.
This is awesome. Now that we're rich, our lives are going to be so much better.
Now, 36 years later, they have close to 900 locations globally, and Olive Garden is sticking to its recently changed slogan, "We're all family here." After all, it's a family that serves an unlimited soup, salads, and breadsticks combo, and we should not insult them and accept what they have to offer. So let's make the most of it by spoiling ourselves until they run out of food. We'll never run out of videos, so hit that subscribe button and click that bell to join our notification squad. Now, back to the Olive Garden we go. Olive Garden's unlimited breadsticks. Delicious or a menace?
Delicious and mine.
Speaking of unlimited breadsticks, it has been calculated that per year, the restaurant chain has been known for serving 675 million breadsticks thanks to the unlimited offering. It comes down to 3 breadsticks per customer.
Eat bread!
Although the abundance of breadsticks attracts potential customers, not many are a fan of this tactic by the food chain, as people have expressed the quality of the product being not good enough. It's been claimed that the breadsticks become stale quite quickly. Also, servers at the chains have mentioned the refill process to be hectic because of the unlimited nature. On top of that, since the prices are cheap, good tips don't come easy for the servers. So next time you visit an Olive Garden, make sure that once your belly is full of unlimited soup, salad, and bread, you leave a decent tip behind as you head out. Olive Garden's Italian connection?
Pinocchio, you almost look like a real boy.
With its marketing endeavors of being the place to have a taste of Italy, it is, in fact, not what it claims to be. In 2011, the restaurant confessed that they took some ideas from Italian chefs.
Like this.
But some of the dishes present in their menus were non-existent in cookbooks and Italian restaurants. The Americanization of dishes is probably done so as to serve the average American, and the Italian connection that comes with the marketing ideology of the chain attracts customers.
Hey, Vincenzo, play me a tune, huh?
The exotic Italian dishes, as advertised by Olive Garden, are only found at one of the chains. According to a public policy poll, 39% of Americans are under the impression that it truly is the place to experience authentic Italian cuisine. When you order pasticceri or soffitelli, next time you pay a visit, make sure you brush up your skills about what authentic Italian food truly is. But hey, as long as the restaurant keeps serving Alfredo over fettuccine pasta, we are down to hang out more at the Garden. The case of the Olive Garden Culinary Institute. Although the restaurant may not have authentic Italian cuisine to satisfy people looking for something fanciful and exotic,
Trust me, it's gonna be legendary.
it does have an institute residing within Tuscany, Italy. Talk about the Italian connection. Located in the 11th century hamlet of Riserva di Fasano in Chianti, Tuscany, it sure sounds like the ideal destination for any chef to get training and touring at the same time.
I can't believe we get a whole week here without the kids.
But just like a mirage, it was not as it seemed. seemed. An anonymous Redditor claiming to be one of the attendees at the Institute mentioned how it was nothing more than a hotel that catered to Olive Garden chefs and managers during off-season. She also added that most of the time is spent by employees sightseeing and that little to no attention is given to actual training for chefs. Furthermore, the place is not even owned by Olive Garden, but by a local wine label. Now, even though it may or may not seem to be an institute to gain Italian cuisine wisdom, as some people claim, the trip sure is an excuse to venture off into Italian sunsets and witness the sights and sounds that the land of the Mona Lisa has to offer. So next time you're feeling the Italian summer and looking for work, brush up your resume and join the family with a trip to Europe on the company dime. The Times Square Olive Garden. In the city that never sleeps,
Oh, were you sleeping, sweetie? I'm sorry.
within Times Square is an Olive Garden chain that is considered by many as the most expensive chain restaurant out there. With Times Square being one of the world's most visited tourist attractions, it sounds like the ideal place for a restaurant. During New Year's Eve, as we all know, people gather to celebrate the countdown, and cashing in on that, Olive Garden organizes a big party to jump on the celebration train as well. At $400 per person, the proposition comes with free alcohol. It doesn't just end there. There's a DJ and some dance floors thrown in to get yourself shaking all night long and set the mood for the incoming new year. The place may sound pricey and ridiculous for some, but there are other restaurant chains cashing in on the Olive Garden trend as well. So how are you planning your next New Year's Eve in Times Square?
Beautiful.
The Olive Garden Lobster Combo. Isn't two better than one?
If your mom is my mom.
At least that's what we all think when we're down for a good pizza. Now that's what Darden Incorporated was thinking in 2011 when they decided to combine their restaurants
With your powers combined, I am Captain Menace!
Red Lobster and Olive Garden together. Thus, 6 combination restaurants were born. When you think about the possibilities of food diversity on your plate, finding a lobster alongside some exquisite pasta and unlimited breadsticks would be a dream come true. At least that's what you'd think an offspring would look like when merging these 2 restaurants together. But that wasn't the case. Even though both restaurants were now together under the same roof, both had separate entrances, menus, and dining spaces, except the kitchen area, which remained the same. Looking from a sound business strategy viewpoint, making such a move sounds profitable and the expenses were cut down as a result. That's what Darden Incorporated had in mind while setting up these combination restaurants. Unlike successful mashups like KFC and Taco Bell or Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin-Robbins, the fate of the Garden Lobster was sealed, as the weird mashup apparently wasn't something people agreed with. So back in 2014, Darden Incorporated decided to sell Red Lobster. This led to the closing of some restaurant hybrids or the remodeling of some into solely Olive Gardens. The only thing common between seafood and Italian cuisine was the company, and that wasn't enough to make this tactic popular enough. Guess we're not expecting unlimited lobster options with soup and breadsticks anytime soon after all.
Oh man, that's good.
Rise of the Millennials at Olive Garden. Over the years, technology and trends have been rapidly changing, and so too has the taste of millennials.
How long ago do you think this was used?
Oh, 100.
Many might consider them the downfall of the chain restaurant business. Gene Lee, the CEO of Darden Restaurants, has a much more optimistic view about it. According to an article on Business Insider, he is quoted as saying that millennials are 30% of all the guests coming to Darden Restaurants. If we look at statistics, 24% of millennials occupy the U.S. population, and the younger generation visiting these diners are going there for a good reason. According to Lee, the reason is Darden's ability to offer food items on the menu that the millennials are interested in, with an attractive price tag to boot. Always looking to evolve, Darden Incorporated has recently seen favorable growth in sales in both Olive Garden and Longhorn Steakhouse. In a competitive business environment where TGI Fridays and Wild Buffalo Wings exist and are too trying to adopt current trends to keep up, Olive Garden has been seeing better sales. This speaks of the company's tendency to take risks risks when it comes to thriving well and hitting the mark with its customers. It doesn't just end there. Their chains have a cozy spot on Facebook with job-oriented pages for hiring. This makes sense as we do live in a digital age, and it would be hard to imagine millennials looking up print classifieds for work. Now, how's that for an incentive to join the family and order the delicious chicken Alfredo next time? Go Garden!
It's the president! He wants to talk to you!
Yes, this is Millennials against Canada.
Olive Garden's unlimited pass and the route to the black market. One of the offerings that the Olive Garden has up its sleeve is the unlimited pass for $100. You would think people already go crazy for the unlimited soup and breadsticks, but wait for it. In 2014, they showcased a promotion for the all-you-can-eat pasta pass, which comes with unlimited pasta, soup, and salad. The pass sold like hotcakes, and the unlucky ones who couldn't get a hold of one got their dreams of having unlimited pasta shattered. All was not lost as eBay came to the rescue. Kind of, but with a catch. The passes available on the website were being sold at ridiculous prices, costing up to $300, and most of them were fake. This is not an unforeseen phenomena, as similar cases have happened before with other items as well. Only recently in the video game realm, PlayStation decided to do a limited run of the ultra-rare 20th anniversary edition PlayStation 4 for the price of $3.99. But as soon as it landed on the market, it sold out immediately, and online shopping sites like Amazon and eBay started offering it for prices as high as $2,000. La Dolce Vita at Olive Garden. Are you saving up on cash and working overtime to catch the next plane to Italy for the summer?
Great, we can just put that into your retirement account and make it go to work for you, and it's gone.
Hold on to your horses. Besides many of its attractive market tactics like the unlimited pasta pass, Olive Garden also gives you a chance to win a trip to Italy to get the full Italian adventure experience, filled with wine and culture. The chain sends lucky winners on an 8-day guided trip to witness Italy's sights, sounds, and tastes, and of course, to visit the Culinary Institute of Tuscany's master chefs. The Pasta Passport prize for the trip also covers hotel, transportation, airfare, and 3 meals per day. In case you're craving for the unlimited pasta, never fear. The trip winner also gets that along with the perks of the trip. The people indulge in daily activities and tread through Siena, Roma, Vatican City, Florence, Assisi, and Pisa. In April 2018, 50 customers got the chance to hop on the plane and get the full Olive Garden experience. Mary Kate Rossick, director of marketing, told Business Insider that they wanted to capitalize on their customers' craze for the never-ending pasta bowl and pasta pass. If the selling out of 21,000 pasta passes in 2016 in 1 second wasn't self-validating enough, Olive Garden decided to release 22,000, along with an extra 50 pasta passports. This is an enticing way to be relevant and motivate customers to take part in the various offers Olive Garden has at its disposal. Judging by Olive Garden's repertoire of Italian indulgences, exposure to the Tuscan fields, and the ambiance of Italian structures and culture soaked in history and intrigue, seems more plausible than ever before. Italian-themed American cuisine and a trip to Italy packs a punch no one can resist. So keep an eye out when this is offered next time, because you never know when it might fall victim to eBay's digital realms.
I'm sorry for every mean thing I ever did or said to you. I'm sorry too, it's all my fault.
The Olive Garden Celebrity Hotspot and Food Critic Survivor.
Wow, okay. I just want to take a moment to thank my mom and my dad.
Believe it or not, Olive Garden has seen its fair share of celebrity outings. From Selena Gomez to Katy Perry, it has been a popular place among celebs. Jimmy Fallon has also had a brush with Olive Garden. In 2012, Olive Garden decided to change their long-used slogan, "When you're here, you're family." Fallon made the most of the opportunity, and through his team decided to get in touch with Darden in hopes of acquiring the tagline for his own purpose, which he did eventually. The president of Olive Garden, Dave George, came on the show to sign the rights to the tagline. Along with being the happening place for A-list Hollywood celebs, Olive Garden also faced a kiss of the North Dakota food critic, Marilyn Haggerty. The reporter for the Grand Forks Herald posted a positive review.
Not bad. if lasagna is Italian for pile of puke.
Praising one of the locations. She mentioned the place being beautiful and large. She loved the chicken Alfredo and the Parmesan cheese. Because of her review, many food personalities decided to visit the Grand Forks location. This was the start of a beautiful friendship between Haggerty and the Olive Garden as she returned again to review the food. Not even a food critic can last that long and not get tempted by those delightful breadstick sandwiches and chicken Alfredo. Like they say, the way to a food critic's heart is through their stomach. The power of the garden triumphs yet again. Hungry for more? Then stick around and click on one of our other great videos.